I don't think I'm going to be getting much sleep tonight.
7 campers set out for quiet nights beneath the trees, but their cameras caught something else. Voices calling from nowhere, shapes moving just beyond the light. None of it planned, all of it real. These 7 terrifying forest encounters, campers accidentally captured, a chilling reminder that when the forest goes silent, something's listening.
Their doors and chains just shook, man.
You are intelligent.
Oh my goodness. Look at that. Holy smokes, that is insane, but I'm gonna frickin' vomit.
Groovy Gavin isn't new to strange places. His channel, Groovy Society, is built on curiosity, on walking where most people turn back. This time, he steps into what many call the Bermuda Triangle of Romania. Hoia-Baciu Forest. A chill creeps in, and the feeling of being watched settles deep inside you. Some leave with bruises and scratches. Others claim they see UFOs, faces in the dark, or walk through something they can't explain. And at the center of it all, a strange circle where nothing grows. The story of Hoia-Baciu begins with a shepherd. Long ago, he walked in with 200 sheep and never came back out. Since then, people talk about the sheep man, a shadowy figure said to wander between the trees.
I guess I'll start with the conspiracy that this place is haunted. This whole rumor and stuff kind of started because there was a shepherd who had 200 sheep that went out into the forest, and him and all 200 of his sheep disappeared.
Huh?
A lot of people say they see the face of the shepherd, the sheep man. I'm gonna call him sheep man because it's that's kind of similar to the goat man's bridge story. I think it's kind of funny. And then people say they see glowing green eyes. It sounds kind of crazy, but I hope a ghost scratches or bruises.
Some claim to have seen glowing green eyes in the darkness, staring from the woods. Others speak of a young girl who vanished inside and reappeared 5 years later, unchanged, as if time had never touched her. These stories have built a legend, not of screams or violence, but of silence that feels alive.
Okay, so people say there's a portal here because there was a really young girl that wandered into the forest. She went missing. They couldn't find her, and I think everybody assumed she was dead because it'd been 5 years. 5 years! And then she came out of the forest, the exact same age, same clothes, same everything.
Gavin came here to see if any of it was true. Gavin carried EMF detectors, hoping to find signs of electromagnetic activity. At first, nothing. Then, a flicker. Not proof, but not nothing either. Around him, the trees stood like tall, quiet witnesses. In stories, this is where portals are said to open. But tonight, all he felt was stillness. He tried again with a spirit box, a device that scans radio frequencies, letting spirits, if they exist, speak through broken signals. A single word slipped through, then another. It wasn't clear. It never is. But it was enough to make the night feel heavier. Some voices seemed to tell him to leave. Others drifted like whispers with no shape. He asked about the shepherd, the missing girl, the portal. Sometimes silence answered. Sometimes a sound did, but nothing clear.
I won't be able to hear his questions. I'm gonna turn this up to a deafening level. And then I'm just gonna say whatever words I hear, and hopefully they answer his questions, and that's like a ghost or whatever is out here talking to us. Okay, it is now going. I'm already hearing a lot more words over here. I don't know if that's just because it's open or what. Whoa, it just said start filming. That's crazy, like really clearly. Okay, I'm good. Ask questions whenever.
Can you touch Gavin right now, Mr. Shepherd?
Stop all that?
Why? Why do you want me to stop?
You invited me?
Yeah, we did invite you. We've been trying to contact you.
Me personally or something? I don't know.
Do you know anything about the missing girl? And why she was missing from you?
Of course.
You do? What can you tell us about her? What about? Did she die? Did she ever die?
I wonder.
What about the dead?
Problem?
Was there a problem with those peasants?
Yeah.
Later, Gavin walked deeper, alone. He tried the spirit box again, asking if anything was there. No reply, just the wind sliding through the trees. In that moment, the real weight of Hoia-Baciu wasn't in glowing eyes or floating lights. It was in the way it made him feel, small, uncertain, and watched. When the night ended, there were no UFOs, no ghosts caught on camera, no proof of another world. It was enough to walk through its silence, to stand in the strange circle, to hear whispers in the static. Legends don't always shout. Sometimes they breathe quietly between the trees, and Hoia-Baciu has been breathing like this for a long, long time.
As we made our way towards the mysterious circle, my plan was to find out if each of these theories were true. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, most of the time I get no activity. That's why I think the ghosts hate me. I want to apologize to all the ghosts out there. If I offended you, I'm sorry.
You just don't got ghost riz, man.
I don't know, maybe I don't got that ghost riz. Oh, here it is, oh my gosh.
Will from Will's whereabouts isn't new to Strange Nights Alone, but this one stands out. In Scary Strange Noises, Solo Stealth Car Camping, he pulls into Box Hill, a quiet national park in Surrey he once called home. The video begins easy, just him cooking, joking, and sharing hot chocolate. His tone's light, but as the night settles, that comfort starts to fade. By the time he's parked and ready to sleep, things shift. A few cars roll into the lot, headlights cut across the trees. Somewhere nearby, engines roar and tires spin. There are some absolute plums doing donuts in the car park, he mutters with a half laugh. The noise grows louder, closer, then suddenly stops.
Tonight's setup, as it always is, always the same from now on. I may do a few upgrades, but I'm not fully decided yet. As you saw, got the carbon monoxide alarm, and you won't be able to see, or maybe you can see, I also now have some window deflectors on each of the 4 windows, which means I can crack the windows 1 to 2 inches, which will stop any rain coming in and will at least get some oxygen flowing inside of here so that it's a bit more well ventilated.
He locks his doors and sets up his space for the night, showing the new carbon monoxide alarm and window deflectors. He talks casually, but glances at the rear window between words. The temperature keeps dropping, and every small sound outside makes him pause. Then, out of nowhere, shouting. Music. A car door slams. He leans toward the camera, voice low. I don't think I'm going to be getting much sleep tonight. For a moment, he just listens. Nothing moves. It's like whoever was out there vanished all at once.
I don't think I'm going to be getting much sleep tonight. There are people about 100 meters away, blazing music out. At least some good songs anyway. And some people screaming. Wish me luck, everybody.
When morning comes, he's still there, wrapped in his sleeping bag, gas stove flickering beside him. 1 degree, he says, rubbing his hands together. The car park's empty now. No lights, no noise, just him. He steps outside, filming the first bit of daylight peeking through the trees. Then he sends his drone up, revealing how isolated he really was. A single car tucked in the corner of the forest.
Nobody in the car park. The sun is just starting to come up, which I'll show you in a second. I'll get the drone up and I'll show you exactly where I stayed. This was the spot last night. You can hear the birds actually. A really good night's sleep, you know, considering for the first half an hour, 45 minutes, there was all those kids blazing out music and doing donuts.
Probably one of the best nights I've had once everyone left, he says with a small grin. But that last part, once everyone left, leaves you wondering, because no one's visible on camera, no voices, no cars leaving, just silence after chaos. Would you have stayed in that car knowing you weren't really alone out there? The video is from YouTube channel Exploring with Bear. Jer Bear travels across the country exploring the unknown. Jer Bear walks through the rows slowly. He reminds his viewers to keep their eyes and ears open. Strange things have happened here before. He once caught a dark figure on camera. He didn't even notice it until later. Something without a face.
Be fearful, it said. It was dark and it was... Watch out, witchcraft. That door just shook. That doors and chains just shook, man.
You are intelligent.
Oh my goodness. Look at that. Holy smokes, that is insane, but I'm gonna frickin' vomit.
He doesn't call anything in. He never does. He just listens, watches, waits, and something answers anyway. A soft hum breaks the stillness. It rolls low and steady from somewhere near the old vault. The hairs on his arms rise. That familiar dread comes creeping back.
Look, it's starting. I'm telling you something with this thing here, man. It's jumping. Oh my goodness. I got goosebumps on goosebumps. Whew. That face thing was right in there. Right in that, in between those pillars. Watching me. This thing was jumping here. That's the first it's moved. Look, it's doing it again. Right by this thing.
The K2 spikes again. His breath catches. The spot where he once saw the faceless figure now feels alive. He starts the spirit box. Words begin to pour through in a broken rhythm. Wrath. We're really here. The air thickens around him. Then it says something else. Clear, cold, be fearful. A metal door chained shut rattles like something on the other side wants out. Gerbert freezes. The voice follows again. Watch out, witchcraft. I am intelligent, the voice says next. The chain shakes again, harder. He feels sick.
Warning.
Warning, it said. I want to see if I can't recreate that. So the last time there was a face, it was back where, right there. Right over my left shoulder. There was like this, it was darker though.
Be fearful.
Be fearful, it said. It was darker and it was... Holy smokes! It says, are you too scared? That door just...
Watch out, witchcraft.
Watch out, witchcraft. That door just shook. That doors and chains just shook, man.
You are intelligent.
I'm intelligent. Oh, I don't feel good, man. I don't feel... a void. I feel like I'm gonna puke.
I'm not aggressive.
You're not aggressive. Why'd you shake that door like that, man?
A deep, cold sickness that starts in his stomach and moves up fast. He wants to step back but can't. His heart pounds so loud he can hear it. Then the voice says, "My ashes are here." Something shifts deep in the dark behind the crypt. The night presses in closer. Gerbert knows it's time to leave. As he walks away, the sickness eases with every step. The heaviness falls behind him. He looks back once more at the shadowed crypts. Whatever is here, it's real, and it doesn't need to be invited.
Oh, man. I'm still a little sick in my stomach, too. That was crazy. I know you guys heard that. I wasn't supposed to stay there no more.
This was supposed to be just another October night, but this place carries something that remembers, something that speaks, and tonight, it whispered back. On his YouTube channel, Mo Sagi, the night begins quietly, beneath a pale Virginia moon. An old town sits forgotten on the edge of a narrow road, its buildings sinking into soft earth, their windows hollow like open eyes. This was Union Level, once alive with a railway line, stores, and homes. But when the train stopped running in the 1980s, the town froze in time. Now, Mo Sagi pulls his RV into what's left of it. Silence spreads through the empty street like a fog. Doors creak somewhere out of sight, branches scrape. And for a moment, it feels like something is listening. Locals say they still hear music from the old general store at night. They see lights in houses with no power. But that's not what chills him.
All right, Sergeant, so we got one building that's wide open, door wide open. It seems like people are okay with people coming here and taking photos and videos because there's literally a sign that says you're allowed. And that's a first. Never seen that before. But look at these buildings. I'm gonna give you guys some history about this later on. You never know, maybe we'll encounter some ghost shit at nighttime. So originally I was gonna park the RV here, but I think it's a bad idea. This looks like sand.
Deep in the brush, away from the main road, Mo finds a house that isn't on any map, no graffiti, no tracks. A real time capsule. No one has ever filmed it before. Inside, dust moves like breath. The walls lean in. Old clothing is scattered across the floor, cabinets still hold jars from a forgotten kitchen. Upstairs, a single bed waits, half buried in shadow. Then a sound, faint, human, breaks the quiet. Mo freezes on the stairs. Something or someone is here. But when he calls out, the house only swallows his voice.
I don't know if the clothing that's here belonged to whoever lived here at one point. It could have been. Or it just could have been clothing from like squatters over time. Let me know in the comments below. Have you ever seen this place? Have you ever watched a video about this place? I think I just found the upstairs. Hello? Hello? Is it? Who's up there? Yo, Steve, get your in here. There's somebody up here.
The general store nearby is worse. Its roof is caving in, shelves still lined with cracked glass. The floor's groan. A rusty refrigerator leans like a coffin door.
Like, yes, it's collapsed, but this was the town, probably the grocery store?
Yeah, it's probably the general store.
Yeah. Look, you see all the shelves there? We might have a better view from the front because the door's wide open.
I like this view, honestly.
You think we can walk here?
Yeah.
I think it's safe. Sort of. Questionably safe. I wonder what kind of store this was. Whoa. Jeez. Death trap. Death. Look above me?
You don't want that falling.
Oh, hey, listen. It's still standing right now. Look at the shelves, the refrigerator.
Beyond it, more buildings wait, each one holding what's left of a life someone once had. Toys, Christmas plates, shoes too small for grown feet, all of it left to rot in the dark. Further down a narrow path, he steps into something larger, a mansion-like home half swallowed by trees. This one is different. It's full. Drawers stuffed with clothes, baby photos in broken frames, medicine still on the counter. A hospital bed sits under a slanted ceiling, dried blood on the pillow. A gun case rests nearby. Empty shells spill across the floor. And then, something strange. A small buckle lights up on its own, a faint red glow in the dark room. It's as if the house itself is still breathing. Mo looks around and whispers almost to himself that this was someone's world. A life frozen, abandoned, and left behind.
You know, I think about this all the time, especially when I drive by abandoned houses like this. Like one day you have a life, you have a family, you're here with your loved ones, you're vibing, you're having a great time. And then the next day, everything is gone. Everyone's dead, everyone's missing, people have dispersed. The house is falling apart, it's abandoned, no family to be found. And thinking about that really makes me sad. Like it really, really does. You just never know if tomorrow's gonna be your last day. That's why you should really cherish life and live a little and enjoy the moments that you have on this planet. Because just like this house, you just never know when you're gonna be done for. Yeah, that really does choke me up. I think about that a lot, especially because I do go to these places and I'm literally seeing into the life of other people. That's what we're doing right now. We're literally seeing how other people lived at one point in time.
Outside, the night grows heavier. Wind pushes through the street like a warning. Each creak feels closer, each shadow sharper. It's not just decay that lingers here, it's memory. Mo stands in the doorway of the house, looking at the photos on the ground. One day, this place was filled with laughter. Now, it's just silence and echoes. He wonders what happened to them. The family, the children, the life. Some stories never make it into history books. They just fade into the earth. And in union level, that silence tells more than words ever could. What do you think? Who or what still walks this forgotten town at night? On his channel, Moxley's Paranormal World, the night began with the soft shuffle of boots against wet earth, the wind rising in the distance like a slow breath. A single tent, a dim light, and the thick outline of a forest, said to be one of the most haunted in the country. Locals avoid it. Hikers refuse to camp here. Those who do never last the night. He walked in alone, his torchlight cutting through a maze of damp leaves and twisted branches. Rain threatened overhead, the ground uneven and strange.
Right, so I'm just sat here and I just heard, I'm not too sure if it was an animal or something, but it was just like the weirdest noise ever. I was literally just chilling, having my cup of coffee. Oh, just finishing it off, shall I say. So, let's go for a little walk. Let's pull the spirit talker out for a few minutes. Let's see if we can get any sort of responses. So if there's anybody here, like the reports say, and you like to scare people out, you like to come around people's campsites, run around the tent, laughing.
The deeper he went, the quieter everything became. No traffic, no crickets, only the wind curling through the trees. As he set his camp beneath a large tree, stories whispered through his mind. Voices at night, laughter circling tents, footsteps just beyond the glow of the fire. Spirit Talker lit up with a single word: evil. A cold shiver ran through the air. Then satanic. Then He scanned the darkness, unsure if it was wind or something else brushing against the fabric of the tent. Branches swayed above him, their long shadows bending like figures at the edge of the tree line.
I'm not here to cause any sort of problems. I'm not here to cause you any sort of disrespect.
I'm very close by.
I'm buried close by. Whereabouts are you buried?
Something is wrong.
What is wrong?
Blood.
Blood. I'm buried close by. Something's wrong. Blood. Witch. The stuff used to go on out here. The more I'm calling out, the more I'm feeling like there's somebody else here. Taylor. It has got... Yeah.
A faint giggle broke the silence again. Then another word from the device. Witchcraft. Campers in the past claimed to hear similar sounds before leaving their tents in panic, some abandoning their gear in the rush out, but he stayed still, his breath quiet, waiting. The forest seemed to breathe with him. Sometime after midnight, the temperature dropped and rain began to fall hard against the canvas. Spirit Talker buzzed again. Jasmine. Then, look above. He tilted his light upward. Just branches. Still, his gut said otherwise. A woman's name repeated in the static. Lillian. It was the second time that night. Then came the words, caves. Many lives were lost.
Can you come and show yourself? It'll be light soon. Come over to my tent.
Caves.
That's interesting.
Many lives were lost.
Many lives were lost. Caves. Supposedly there was caves here, but they've been filled in since.
Harmony.
Many lives lost. Harmony. So could there have been people that lost their lives in the caves, and that's why they don't want people to come out here camping?
The story goes that centuries ago, tunnels beneath this forest were filled in after people vanished without a trace. Locals say that's when the voices started. That's when the forest became different. He didn't run, he just sat there listening to footsteps, or maybe whispers, move past the tent. The first light crept through the trees at around 4:25 a.m. Spirit Talker flickered one last time. A doorway is open.
Interesting. It is interesting. You hear that rain now. I've got a bit of coffee left. I'm going to go back into the tent. Just as I'm getting in the tent, it says, a doorway is open. I don't know about that, but it was just interesting just to show you. That's what it's saying.
He stared at the glowing screen, then out into the grey forest. A doorway to what? He'd spent the entire night here, alone, listening to laughter, footsteps, and a story that stretched far beyond his campfire. Many came here and never made it past midnight, but he did. As he packed up his tent, the forest watched in silence. Maybe the doorway opened for him. Maybe it's still open now. What do you think? Would you camp here alone? Jack and his partner from Live Today Wonderland were out in Michigan's Upper Peninsula, filming what was meant to be a peaceful Halloween camping trip. Just them, their dog Lulu, and a small teardrop camper. They start the day upbeat, enjoying breakfast, joking about cheese, and admiring the quiet beauty around them. Everything feels easy, calm, and familiar.
Nice warm breakfast, hot coffee, 28 degrees this morning. An amazing campsite, unbelievable. The views, can't beat it. Fall, late fall, heading into winter camping. I'm ready. Was a little chilly in the teardrop, but we warmed it up once we got in there. No heat, of course. Pellet stove's amazing, cooks everything quick, and just I think this is the first time we put the pellet stove in here in the Joy Tudis, and it worked out great. Like it was really hot in here last night. Got our little testing out this clear plastic tarp we bought so we can have a view, you know, like the inflatable tents overseas all have these windows, that you can see out, and we like that because otherwise you're just closed in. You want to see the nature.
It's too dark. I think we were talking about maybe doing a couple of areas, leave some where it's still dark, and then do a couple of see-through. I think that would be really nice. And there's nobody else here.
Yeah, completely empty campground, free camping because it's off season.
But as the sun goes down, that calm begins to shift. While making dinner, they sit by the fire talking about how peaceful it is, until a sound cuts through the moment. A faint voice, distant but clear, echoes through the trees. She freezes mid-sentence. "What is that?" she whispers. He looks up, scanning the dark. Nothing moves. No lights, no cars, no one else around. Then it happens again. This time, the voice sounds closer, like a woman speaking softly just beyond the light of the fire. "You heard that, right?" she asks uneasily. He nods, eyes still on the tree line. There shouldn't be anyone out there. The campground is empty, miles from any houses or roads.
There's not even like campsites over there, or even like a place to camp.
No. That's by the bull lodge, but you never heard anyone drive up. And now you just hear voices. Ooh, getting chilly. Yeah, I heard someone talking. Now you don't hear it.
Listen, I don't like being by myself, so...
I'm not. You heard the voice. Some lady talking. You not know. And we never heard a car drive. And there's no houses anywhere. Roads. There's some ambition. How did we get here? I mean, under your coffee watch.
No, that's already gonna get, like, I have to stir this again. I feel like this is already kind of getting...
Yet the voice carries like it's standing just a few feet away. They try to brush it off, focusing on their soup, their dog, the quiet crackle of the fire. But every few minutes, one of them glances toward the woods. "It's Sunday night," he murmurs. "Nobody's out here." The tension is real now. No laughter, no small talk, just listening, waiting. Later, when they're about to turn in, something moves near camp. A quick rustle, then silence. "Give me the flashlight," he says. "What? Why?" she asks. "Just give it." He shines the light into the dark. Nothing, just empty space where the noise came from. The unease lingers, and they decide not to investigate further.
Kind of weird. What are you talking about? Are you serious? What do you mean, what ran into? What do you... Are you sure? It's not a bear.
By morning, the mood is lighter again. They pack up, share coffee, and talk about heading out. But when he mentions almost offhand that a couple of weird things went on last night, there's that small pause. The kind that tells you it's still on his mind. 3, no explanation, no proof. Just a night that started with laughter and ended with voices in the dark. Would you have stayed and waited for another sound? Or driven off before it came back? Josh from Exploring with Josh has been to some of the most unsettling places on Earth. But this time, he's walking into a forest that even locals avoid. Aokigahara, the sea of trees at the base of Mount Fuji. At the entrance, a single sign warns hikers not to leave the trail. Behind it, a poster of a missing child. That's where Josh stops for a moment, quiet, thoughtful, before stepping inside.
I did do a deep dive on her case, and she did go missing, and she did, but it wasn't here. It was at a place that was located like an hour from here. I actually don't even know why the missing child poster is here at the front entrance of Aokigahara at all. It actually don't make any sense. But if you guys want to do a deep dive on the case, translate this and look it up, you'll figure it out.
They reach the Wind Cave, an old tunnel where silkworms were once stored because of the natural cold. The temperature drops fast. Their voices echo off wet stone as light fades behind them. Feels like a freezer, Josh says.
All right. That's really cool. This is in Aokigahara Forest. Look at that. A lot of people here. A lot of people in this forest that apparently is this and that, right? This is beautiful, though. This is all, I think, lava rock, if I'm not mistaken. This is cool. This is natural refrigerator. And it's true. I mean, it is freaking cold down here. What they did at the Wind Cave. And it tells you right here, you can pause this or not, but you'll learn about how they were breeding silkworms down here, where this cave ends. Now, I'm showing you this because I want you to know that there are things to do here. There are different caves you can explore. There's the Wind Cave, the Bat Cave, and dude, there's like 5 other ones you can see. This is the one that we can go to that's the closest to the entrance without going into different hikes or parking in different parking lots to get to the other ones.
Then, movement. Just ahead. The team freezes. Something rustles behind a wall of trees, quick and heavy. They listen. Nothing. Only stillness again. Let's keep moving, Josh whispers. Minutes later, they find it. A tent. Old. Half sunk into the ground, a melted charger. Burnt papers. A plastic flower still standing upright. Josh kneels beside it but doesn't touch anything. If this were a crime scene, he says quietly, everything would be gone.
Oh, dude, I think an animal came through and just wrecked it. Yeah, there is some sort of tent here. Okay. Well, let's see what's going on. Let's look around. Let's analyze. First off, there were fake flowers here, right? What's in here? Yeah, the whole tent's tipped over. They were burning something in the tent. That's like books, or there's burned pages over there. See, there's burned pages, like a journal. Right here. Someone's journal they were burning, see?
He looks around once more before walking back toward the trail. Aokigahara doesn't chase you. It waits, and once you've been inside, a part of it always stays with you. Would you have stepped deeper or turned back at the sign? Every snap, every rustle, every flicker in the dark carried a story these campers will never forget. The forest doesn't always reveal its secrets, but sometimes it lets them slip through the lens. What would you do if the silence suddenly broke? Think carefully. Your next trip might hold its own mystery.